sometimes it's necessary to go to a happy place. And when I want to go to my happy place, I think about my mother, Naomi Moody, who is pretty much the foundation of all success that I've encountered in my life. So my mom is a teacher and has been for about 32 years, and she has a pre-K kindergarten class in New Hampshire. So I get to hear these great little stories about her 4-year-olds that have set up these little centers for like the Salvation Army and for dress-up days, and just like, she really engages all of their creative thinking, and it's not a place where it's like their imagination is squandered, but rather it's like cultivated and supported, and there's all these outlets for them to figure out who they are at that young age. And I think in contrast to the schools that we have now, where imagination is kind of like stamped out. So there's like a curriculum to follow, it might be direct instruction, there's like lots of rules and compliance and not necessarily critical thinking that happens where we engage students in the experience they're having and figure out how to have them investigate and interrogate the world that they live in. And so my mom, I think, is probably like the first teacher that I had, and also one of the most inspiring and memorable, because she challenges me, yet also supports me. She gives great advice, and then she's just this warm and nurturing, loving Christian woman. And so when I think about what really makes me happy and like what keeps me going when there's an obstacle I have to overcome, it's really the inspiration of my mother. The other exciting thing about my mom is that she's kind of old school. So she had a desktop computer for the longest time, and when I went home around Columbus Day weekend, we went shopping for a laptop because it was her birthday the month before. And it's exciting to see that in this 2 months, how that laptop has like revolutionized her world. So there was an evening that I was out with some friends, and she called to find out how to save a document in Microsoft Word, which to me, like, I got the BlackBerry, got the iPhone, got like all of these technological things that are just kind of like what I've grown up with and know how to use and access. But for her, there's like a learning gap, and she's really excited about overcoming it now. But previously, there was some hesitation. Like, she wasn't sure if she really wanted a laptop. It was something new. But the exciting thing this week, wait for it, she has Skype. So she gets on Skype, and she talks to my brother in Tokyo. And about 2 nights ago, she could see his face, and like there was so much joy in her voice when I called her. And then I heard Menza in the background because he was like, "Hey, Makiyah," and it was just really great. But it's amazing how something that I would say I take for granted every day in my work life or my personal life, as far as like all the gadgets that I have, that has kind of transformed the experience that my mom has now as an empty nester and the mother of 6 children, where she can actually communicate with grandchildren and children that are overseas and across the country. So my mom is my happy place, and she's amazing.